What's up, YouTube? We have another pitching tips video in our pitching tips series. Today, as you can see, is Mr. Leiter. Leiter's no-hitter card you can get from going 12-0 in BR. If you are unable to do that, you can also get it in the BR program pack. Remember, there's a BR program this year that if you get to 100 points, you get any one of these 12-0 guys. If you guys do not know what I am talking about or don't understand the BR program, please go to my BR drafting tips video. I explain it in there. And if you don't want to do either of those, because it is a little bit of a grind to do that BR program, he's only like 120,000 stubs in the market right now ish. I couldn't tell you exactly right now, but this is just me recording over the video. This is not real time. But I will be going through what was going on, the sequencing, you know, everything with that with Leiter. He is a very, very good pitcher. One of the best in the game right now. He's got sinker, cutter, curveball, slider, fastball. If I could change one thing about him, it would be to get rid of the curveball or the four seam, preferably the four seam, for like a circle change. But as you can see, great control on all of his pitches, except for the slider is a little bit iffy. And then amazing break on the curveball, slider, solid break on the sinker, cutter. But he has 121 hits per 9. I have no idea why it's not 125. It's a no-hitter card. He didn't give up a hit. So why is his hits per 9 not maxed? Doesn't make sense to me. Or they should have at least made it where it starts at 120, and if you get him to parallel 5, it's 125, but there's no way to get him to 125 hits per 9. Amazing stamina. He can go really deep into games. Great walks, or not great walks per 9, solid walks per 9. Great control, great break, and solid velo. The velo is not really an issue because if you mix in the curveball a lot, it's such a crazy speed differential that you can really make his sinkers and fastballs look pretty freaking fast. But we are at 89-13 and 10-28 on the season, so this game will be on Legend. Let's get into it. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you thought it helped, or if you just, you know, want to, because it's nice for me, drop a like on the video. Please drop subscription. We're inching closer and closer to 250. Last I checked, we were like 225 subscribers, so thank you guys very much. And yeah, that's about it. Let's get into it with Leiter. I have loved using him so far. I'm feeling a little better behind the plate than compared to my last few videos. I think I got some stuff figured out. We are playing Dominator Dom, and he has Cliff Lee on the mound. So, as always, we strike out there with Brucey. I'm not going to show a lot of the hitting, but we'll go through what we can. We're able to get a perfect here with Mike Trout. It scared me a little bit because we were at Capitol Field, and I don't know if you guys played at Capitol Field, but hitting something to dead center at Capitol Field is scary because there's always a chance of it dying. Guys, if you have not tried this Eddie Murray card yet, you need to. He is a monster. We were able to get a home run there. That is a trend with Eddie Murray. We got off to a really hot start with him. I have loved him so much. And we get a base hit here with Chipper. It sucks that I love Eddie Murray so much, and they just announced 99 Prince Fielder, because Prince Fielder is my favorite player of all time. So Eddie's going to go. He's probably going to hit the bench. We're able to get a perfect here with Wander, and we are going to send Chipper to third. But yeah, Eddie's going to have to take a back seat because Prince might be my first baseman for the rest of the year. Lefty here with David. We actually squared up halfway decently. You know, I can't do much better on that pitch. Unfortunately, it's a double play. If it just wasn't a double play, we get another run in. But much better feeling hitting wise. And yeah, so as always with Leiter, I'm just going to test the corners to start with sinkers and cutters. That one wasn't a good one because I messed up the pitch. But so now we are going to just work the outside part of the plate against lefties. Most people are not good hitting away lefty. He is actually able to go with that well, but he must have been on top of it. I'll have to check the feedback again to be sure. Where's the feedback? Okay, yeah, he did have good timing, just didn't get the PCI on it. So we'll have to be careful with that. Now we're going to test that sinker outside. He was very late on it. Good sign for us. We are going to attack that, but I still want to test him. Okay, we didn't really get to do a lot of testing that inning, mostly due to the fact that it was he was free swinging. But fast forward here, he dots the hell out of me. That was freaking rude. Please don't ever do it again. Just going to get a quick bunt down here with Leiter. Get Posada over to second. And Brucey's up. And here, I was not allowing him to get me with that sinker up and in twice in one inning. Unfortunately, Posada is the slowest human on earth, and he would have gotten gunned there. So we're moving on to Mike Trout. And I honestly couldn't tell you what I was looking for there, but it obviously was not an up and in fastball. We get to go back to Leiter and actually test him out a bit, hopefully, this inning. So still just testing stuff on the outside part of the plate, inside part of the plate. I just want to know how he reacts to everything. Okay, he stares at the cutter. Wasn't looking for that. I want to know if it was just a fluke or if he's actually going to be consistently late on these sinkers. He is. So we know to attack the outside part of the plate, and we tunnel a fastball here. Hi, Paul. And we actually end up getting the strikeout. So tunnel, great, up and away sinker. Tunnel that with the high fastball if you're really fooling him on it. He's not doing well with the sliders inside either. So we're gonna try and just crap. Okay, not able to get that sinker RNG there for that perfect release. Okay, now we're going to start mixing in the curveball, guys. Leiter's curveball is gross. It is so hard to hit. He does not have a circle change like I mentioned before, so you need to be using that curveball as your strikeout pitch. That's what I do at least. His curveball has 99 break on it. It's insane differential in velocity. It makes it super hard to wait back on. And we got him late there. He's been late on everything so far, so gonna just have to it's gonna be interesting to figure out his hitting tendencies, but still just working the outside part of the plate here against lefties. He stares at the sinker, so we go straight to the cutter because I don't think he's gonna stare at that location twice in a row. We get him to swing, and we're gonna try and just go a little bit more outside with the slider. Little too far outside, and now we get to go to the curveball in the dirt. Like I said, that's his strikeout pitch, guys. It's my favorite pitch to throw with 2 strikes, as long as it's not like a full count or maybe even a 2-2 count if you're scared of getting it to a full count. But we're back to Eddie, and he dots the crap out of me again. I was thinking sinker there, and he got me good. And guess what? History repeats itself because I was thinking sinker here too, and he got me again. So not a good third inning after a good first 2 innings, and yeah, and then we're late on the slider inside with Wander too. So not a great third inning, but we get to go back to Mr. Al Leiter and just keep working with him, guys. My favorite tunneling with him is sinker away, fastball high, cutter and slider in. That is the trend I have with most lefties with his pitch repertoire, but he doesn't have that circle change, so working the outside part of the plate becomes a little bit harder because, you know, with his pitch repertoire, you look at it, and if I'm throwing away to a right-handed batter, basically my options are sinker, cutter, and fastball. I could try to backdoor a curveball or a slider, but if it doesn't go well, he's probably hitting a home run. So that's the downside of not having the changeup there. But if he's going to be late on it, I'm going to keep attacking it and attacking it and attacking it until he adjusts, just like you would with any other pitcher. Going back to that high fastball after he was late on that up and away sinker, little too high for my liking on that one. And so now we're just going to go to that cutter inside off of it. And he actually has good timing on that. I want to know where his PCI was, but he had good timing on it, so we'll have to keep that in the back of our heads. Okay, it was just too far inside for his PCI to even get there. Still working the outside part of the plate against lefties. He's starting to time them up well, so I might start working inside finally against lefties. I like to start out against their lefties with off speed away, just to get them away from just thinking like inside sinker, inside sinker, inside sinker, you know, and then you can really start to get them to be late on it. So we are going to backdoor a slider here. He's already taken out Cliff Lee, and I just want to know what he's going to do. Okay, he's early on it, to be expected. So now that we threw an off speed on the outside part of the plate, we're going to go back to that sinker, super late. And I'm guessing he's thinking high fastball, so we're going to go cutter inside. And he's able to lay off of it. Okay. So if he's laying off the cutter inside, we're going to go to the sinker inside. That's a big tip for anybody, guys. If they lay off that inside cutter, they're probably laying off the inside sinker too, because they look about the exact same. Unfortunately, we just didn't get it where we wanted to. Go back to the fastball, and we get the strikeout. The sinker and cutter look the exact same. They're just breaking a different direction. So if they're laying off of cutters on the inside part of the plate, they're probably going to lay off a sinker if you dot it on the inside part of the plate too, or they're going to be late on it. So just remember that. We have a really crap inning there in the fourth. Didn't even want to really show it. Just not good. So we're back to pitching. He's late. Going right back to it. Late again. Not going to go back to it 3 times in a row, ever. So we're just going to go completely away from it with a slider inside. And he's late, but Wander Franco butchers it at second base. Tough for us. He gets on with a late swing early in the inning. He at least squared it up, but he still was late. And now I'm going to try and induce a double play, guys. And the best way to induce a double play lefty-lefty is to jam him inside with fast stuff, or try to get him to roll over the slow stuff on the outside part of the plate. He squares the bunt there to just try and get him over to second, but it's foul. So we're just going to go back to that. Just trying to get him to roll over something, get us a double play chance. But now I kind of just want to get the strikeout, going to the curveball low, and he is way out in front of it. That curveball just floats to the plate, guys. If you can't throw it a lot, because if they sit on it, they're probably hitting it far. But if you mix it in well, you're going to fool a lot of people. He's not swinging at that. I'm going to try and dot a cutter, and he ends up getting another late hit. Just unfortunate for Al. He's been pitching so well and inducing a lot of weak contact, and it's just not working for us right now. So now we really need a double play here or a strikeout, so I'm just trying to throw stuff where he's not going to swing at all. Can't get that frickin' sinker to go on the in the strike zone until we finally do, and he gets his 3rd late hit of the inning. Actually, first one was an error, but and that's how he scores his first run. That's a tough way to go here. So at this point, we're just trying to just salvage the inning and keep the lead. Just if you guys find yourself in an inning like this, go back to what was working. Do not do what I do right here. Go back to what was working. So I start that way, and I go sinker away, and then I'm going to go back to that fastball high. A little too high. But I should have just kept going to the outside part of the plate. But I throw a slider inside. That's been working too, so I understand that. Here's where I mess up. The one pitch he has actually been on the entire game. If we hit this, unfortunately that sinker inside is just not hitting the inside part of the plate, which sucks. But the one pitch he was on was the up and in cutter, and I threw it anyways, and he's able to hit it. I should have just kept going to the outside part of the plate or sliders in. This was another late hit. It was another late hit in the inning, but I shouldn't have went there to begin with. That's on me. And now we are at a tie game. Al has been pitching great. He's just had some unfortunate luck thrown his way. And now we really just need to get out of the inning with a tie game. Huge out there. Get him to pop up on an inside sinker. We just got to keep this game tied, okay? Leiter's been pitching way too well to be down 3-2 or worse. So like I said, I finally calmed down a bit. I was getting a little frustrated with the bad hits. And I just go back to what was working. Sliders way inside, sinkers outside. And we're going to go back to that slider again. And we get him swinging. Tough inning for him, but we keep going. I know it wasn't on Leiter. I'm not even thinking about taking him out. And we're able to get a walk here in the top of the 5th. I know he's going to go back to that fastball against Trout, because that's what he struck him out on last time. And we were on top of it, but we're able to hit it out in the left field for a base hit with Mr. Eddie Murray coming up. And he decides to go to that high fastball again, and this time we were not on top of it. Eddie hits a 3-run blast into right center, getting us our lead back really quick. That card, he's so much fun, guys. Once you get to the 3rd inning pack, Wander's really good, man, but I love this Eddie Murray card. So we got Chipper up. Just a little on top of it there with the changeup. Not much you can do. And I was wondering what was going on here. Okay, wanders up again. And I can't remember what happens here. So we're just gonna we're all gonna be surprised. Oh, high ground out. Okay, on top of the sinker, on top of the change up there from Darren O'Day. But we do get a 3-run lead back. Awesome for us. Thank you, Eddie Murray. So now, guys, after you have a tough inning with a pitcher, a lot of you might sort of try switching it up. Do not do that, especially if it was an inning like that. If he was all over those pitches, you know, perfect, squaring everything up, and he ended up getting those 2 runs, then yeah, I probably got to mix it up a bit. But it wasn't. That wasn't the case. So we're just going to keep going back to what was working. He's not going to fluke his way to a victory the entire game. Not, you know, it can happen in BR. It can happen on All-Star. On Legend, though, Hall of Fame, you're probably not fluking your way for 9 innings to a victory. So we're just going to keep going back to what was working. And he is finally sitting on that off-speed outside, so I got to switch it up against lefties. That much I know. That's the one thing I have to switch it up, is he's basically just sitting on the outside part of the plate, lefty now, because I have thrown like maybe 2 pitches inside to him. He brings in Johnny Bench here. We need to induce double play, so I'm going to throw some off-speed outside and some sinkers inside. Finally got one to hit the inside part of the plate there, the sinker. We're actually going to go right back to it because he just stared at it. Okay, that one was a little too close to over the middle of the plate, but he was very early on it, so we're going to go to that cutter now. And we do get him to ground, but it's a little bit too slow of a roller, so we're just going to take her out at first there. We're just going to take what we can get. If he hit it a little bit harder, we probably would have turned it. All right, so now we're just trying to get an out. He squares that up pretty well, but like I said, guys, Capitol Field dead center does not give you much. So we're actually able to get an out there instead of probably a home run at a couple other stadiums, but he squared that up really well. So like I said, that was a weird pitch, but I am kind of done going to the outside part of the plate against lefties. He's just been sitting on them. I'm finally going to just start giving him that heat inside, and he is extremely late. So now we're just going to tunnel that with a slider way outside of the plate, and we get a strikeout to the end of the inning. Great for us. We got to get back to hitting. We got to get Al Leiter a couple more runs. We're able to get a hit here with against Chapman, but Chapman is if you guys have faced Chapman on any difficulty, he's hard to hit. Going to keep Al Leiter in here. At least Jason did his job and got the pitcher up that inning, turned the order over. We get to lead off with Brucey in the next inning. But we're going back to Leiter here. He has yet to show me he can hit a sinker inside, but I have yet to show him that I can place a sinker inside. I think we've thrown like 14 of them there, and maybe 2 have caught the actual corner. He's going to dink that out in front, and I think we get him out. Yeah, okay. So, overall, guys, my favorite tunneling with him is the sinker up and away, fastball high, cutter in, slider inside, and then 2 strikes. I really like the curveball. I like the fastball if you're tunneling it with something. And I like the slider inside, in on the hands for a strikeout pitch. But overall, you're really just trying to induce weak contact with Leiter, because he doesn't, outside of that curveball, I really don't think, even when I face him, that he has a huge, like, strikeout pitch outside of the curveball. So a lot of times you're just trying to do what I've been doing most of this game, which is just messing up his timing and pitch to contact, just get him to have weak contact. So we get a walk there with Brucey. Trout's been having a good game. Really wish I could have had that one back, man. Really wish I could have had that one back. We were all over it, but we were super late. And guess what? We do get it back. But it's right to the left fielder. So we were ready for that one, but unfortunately it's just a line drive. Fast forward here to Chipper, and we're just a bit underneath it. I can't even blame Capitol Field there. We were not on that. I don't know what happens to Brucey there, but he gets the worst jump tagging up ever, and he gets gunned at third. So back to I realize right there that he has 4 hits, guys. Okay, 4 hits. And I know 3 of them were not good hits. 3 of them he was late. I know he has 1 good hit. It was lefty on a slider away. So I am not going to change my strategy at all. We got Ronnie Mauricio up. Just going to keep pounding those sinkers away until he shows me he can hit one. And he's finally starting to be early on them, but he's not able to get his PCI on it. We're going to see if we can finally get a sinker here on the inside part of the plate. We do. He is early on that one too, which means it is curveball time. And we get him to strike out. He's finally just selling out on the sinker, guys. You'll know that if you see them early. Because if you're early on it, that means you're not timing it up well. You're just guessing sinker. So I know he's finally selling out on that sinker, which means if I throw something off speed, it's going to really fool him. Honestly, looking back now, I don't know why I kept going to the off-speed away against lefties, man. Maybe it was because I know he's finally just selling out on the sinker cutter. But that's been the one place he's had success. He's able to get a late hit there, and that one I'm not really even upset about. He was able to wait back on the front door cutter just long enough to shoot it in the center field. But now we got to be careful because one swing of the bat. Actually, that was a good swing. That wasn't even late. So that was a good swing by him. But now we have to be careful because one swing of the bat and it's a 1-run game. Looking back now, I'm really curious to why I kept going to that backdoor cutter. He's hit it well multiple times in that location. This one makes me upset. Just watch this. I'm just going to sit here with you guys. He punked me. He punked me, dude. He literally got caught stranded between first and second, ran from third to home, and my brain just didn't catch up. So he punks me to get another run there against Al. Going back to that high fastball. Keeps glitching like that, which is weird. And he's able to lay off of it. And if he's going to lay off of it, then we are going to go back to the slider inside. Catches a little bit of the plate there, so we get lucky. But we get out of the inning after giving up 1 run. He outplayed me. But we got to get some runs here. I'm getting a little scared. And another pathetic inning by yours truly after we started off so well this game. We have not hit his bullpen very well. But just going to keep going at it with Al. So we're finally throwing some more hard stuff against his lefties if I could locate them. But overall, guys, it's really just feeling it out with Al Leiter. You're pitching to contact. You're not going to get a bunch of strikeouts. I mean, I know I do, but you can strike out anybody with anyone on Legend, man. I could be pitching Silver Anthony Rizzo out here, and I'd still be getting some strikeouts. But he is definitely a pitch-to-contact player. Just keep mixing in that curveball, guys. It is better than it looks. I know it's hard for us as MLB fans, especially if you played last year, to even think that a curveball can be good because of how much they just hung over the middle of the plate last year and how much curveballs were just a big no-no last year. But I promise this year with Pinpoint, they are good, changeups are good, and we need to be throwing them and utilizing them. This guy's just been late on 99% of the pitches I've thrown. So Al's obviously going to have a good game. He just had some unfortunate stuff go his way. He is yet to show me he's going to hit this, and he does it again. And we're moving on to the 9th. That's the end of Al Leiter. After this, we're going to pinch hit for him. We need to try and salvage some runs here. And we almost get this to land. Late side of good, but unfortunately Steve Finley's able to get to it. I think it was Steve Finley, maybe Grady Sizemore actually. But we bring in Winker, and we are not really on that. If we're on it, it's probably a home run, but we're on it enough, and we timed it up well to get a single out of it. Just trying to get a little bit of insurance here going into the 9th. So fast forward to Mike. I strike out. I just make a horrible play. I was running there thinking there's no way I'm striking out, and he got me and then threw me out. So last up, Dibble. I'll give you guys a quick Dibble pitching tips. You guys see how he has a fastball, slider, cutter? He doesn't have a slider, okay? He does not have a slider. You do not throw that slider. You throw the fastball, you throw the cutter, and you throw nothing else. And then you're successful. The slider is not a good pitch with him. It's just too slow. It's way too slow. And you get people to wait back on it, and they can crush it. His fastball and cutter have such a crazy speed differential in them, guys. You don't need a third pitch. Honestly, with him, it's just really tunneling the fastball and cutter over and over and over again, messing with your opponent's mind, getting them to think that it's one when it's really the other. Rob Dibble has always been, since last year, the one pitcher in the game where you honestly just have to flip a freaking coin and decide if you're sitting cutter or fastball. And don't give him that much time with the slider to react and crush it. So really just stick to those two pitches. And like I said, you just tunnel the fastball and cutter over and over again. He missed so badly there that I'm just going to go right back to it. And we're going to finally just go to that cutter inside, because I have a feeling he's going to sell out on the fastball here with the game on the line. And he does. So, good game to him, man. I think we played very well. Al Leiter pitched amazing. He's a lot of fun, guys. Like, truthfully, I've always loved Al Leiter cards. Going back to last year, his cards were amazing. Also, guys, this Eddie Murray is a must-try. He goes 2 for 3 with 2 tanks, 4 RBIs. Al Leiter gets 8 innings pitched, only 7 strikeouts. Like I said, he's more of a pitched contact guy. 3 earned runs, but in my mind, he had 0. And we're able to get everything good there and get the save with Rob Dibble. Hit well that game, guys. That was awesome. I had a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun when I'm hitting well, because even if you win but you're hitting bad, I don't feel happy at the end of it. So we're able to get up to 1041 there, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you guys have any questions or anything in general, please post them in the comments. And other than that, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.